Hi, Bob TV. Let's wait for Miss Charm Malaysia. Uh, you're the earliest bird, Sir Bob TV. Mabuti po, sir. Let's just wait for a while. Sir Anuar is already here. Okay. Hi, sir.
Hi, maligayang Pasko.
Merry Christmas. Wait, Shannon is already here.
Wow, I'm so bright.
It's okay, sir.
Looking for the best filter.
Mine is just fine. Shannon is here. Yes, finally.
Hello.
I don't have a
I
good
love your
filter.
I love your filter, sir.
I'll just go for natural. No, this is too natural.
Where is Shannon?
Okay, this
I'm
is
so
natural. Yeah.
excited about this live.
Is my glasses too bright?
Yes, better, sir. You have a very good eyes. Better remove the glasses.
No, my eyes are
Hello.
red. I
Hi,
didn't sleep.
guys.
Hello. Yeah.
I look crazy.
So beautiful. Shannon is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, how are you guys? Okay, later on, I'm very sure many will be watching this, and I will also be uploading this in my YouTube channel. Okay,
Mm.
Oh.
basically, the purpose of this live is to uh, reactivate the interest of the people in Miss Charm, and aside from that, to have an updates from our very beautiful and our lovely queen, Miss Charm Malaysia, Shannen Jade Totten.
Oh, thank you
I
so
would like to introduce to
much.
you first. Yeah, I would like to introduce to you first the National Director of Miss Charm Malaysia, Sir Anuar Faizal. Sir,
Hello.
please greet our viewers.
Hello, hi guys. Thanks for watching our live with Sir Dudes Domingo. Kumusta ka?
Mabuti, sir. I'm so
Good.
excited. Okay, and now our baby, our queen. We miss Shannon so much.
Oh.
Uh, one of our favorite queens ever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how about a virtual applause and hug to Miss Charm Malaysia, Shannon Jade Totten.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Sir Dudes. I miss you guys so much. I really miss my Manohara family. I miss my time in Jakarta with you guys. I constantly think about it. So it's a very special moment for me.
Okay, so let's start. No, I'll be asking random questions. I didn't make any script at all. Okay, so first, Sir Anwar,
Mm,
when okay, the last time we met was before the pandemic, and when
yes.
Shannon Shannen trained with us. It's still before the pandemic, but the pandemic was starting that time, right? What did you feel, sir, when the Miss Charm competition was moved to a later date, and then it kept on being rescheduled?
Well, for the first time when it was postponed, I was sort of relieved because we were not managing our time very well because I felt it was too short. There was a lot to prepare, and they say when they were going to postpone it until further notice. So I said, oh, okay, maybe just a few months, and I told Shannen could be possibly July or August or latest November, and then 2 years happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that totally caught us off guard. But I guess time is a blessing. It was really a blessing for all of us, so that we could really prepare, we could understand and really strategize and on what our strategies are and how do we approach them. So I'm happy that the time is finally coming, that the wait is almost over. So it's good.
Okay, but how about you, Shannon? Because I know we're only human beings and we have our own plans in life. And then, of course, somehow, was there any moment or point in your life wherein you felt like, should I continue? Should I pursue? Or should I, focus on some other things?
Of course, with the timeline that has happened over the last 2 years, I had a lot of time to reflect and kind of take a step back and really see what are my priorities, but also who I am in that question. So I think that like Anwar said, time has sort of become a blessing in disguise, and it has actually made me more driven to really represent my country, Malaysia, at the Miss Charm International stage, especially with the work we've recently done with our, re-strategizing of our team and our efforts to really bring the Miss Charm sort of spirit into representing our country. So, we've really looked into bringing the culture and the arts and incorporating it into our sort of our progress. So it's really given me a sort of a light at the end of the tunnel where I'm starting to get this new motivation for it, because being someone who has a background in arts, it's been such a joy to work with a government agency such as Chandana, which is our cultural development agency for arts and culture. It's been such a blessing, and I really appreciate our team effort, especially Anuar. Yeah, it's been a crazy past 2 years, but I think 2021, especially the end of it, has been really, we see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and I'm really looking forward to Miss Charm in April.
Okay, so Sir Anwar, when you found out that finally, there is a schedule, there's a schedule for the Miss Charm. So what was the feeling?
It's a bit bittersweet, because I mean, I've gotten to know Shannen so well. I gotten close to her mother, and we're like a little small family. And the journey is almost there, but I don't want it to end because I do still have plans for Shannen to be really successful in the entertainment industry. So by having the schedule finally in place, we feel that okay, it's coming, and we are more prepared than ever.
Okay,
So
how
it was
about you,
good.
Simon? Finally, when you found out, okay, there's a specific date now, this coming April. So what was the feeling?
I was ecstatic, I think same with all the other contestants. We were all just so excited to finally be able to start planning and be able to represent our country at the Miss Charm stage. It's been a long wait. I think some of us, have really gotten to know each other, especially through our social media and WhatsApp groups. It's very, very nice to be able to virtually meet the contestants over this timeline that we've been very much patiently waiting for the announcement of the new date. And I would say I'm very excited to meet all of the beautiful ladies that I've gone to meet virtually so far.
Okay. So, Sir Anwar, so you mentioned a while ago that it was actually a blessing in disguise, no, that it was postponed because you felt that you needed more preparation. So, I mean, was there any chance that you changed the designs of the gowns of Shannon and the costumes of Shannon along the way? Because of course, sometimes it does happen that okay, you made this and then all of a sudden, because you still have ample time, you thought of something else. Was there any instance like that?
Of course, because we have been revamping the looks for so many times. We had our lookbook done, and at 2019, the trends are not exactly as current as now. So we evolve and we try to cater and adapt as much as how the trends are nowadays. But I still keep true to myself with my designs, and of course, understanding Shannon's personality, how she carries herself, and what the events are for. So basically, that's basically our main criteria in designing the wardrobe for her. But yes, we have revamped it a few times.
Okay. How about you, Shannon? Do you have any say about the designs of the gowns? Like, for example, if Sir Anwar showed you, okay, this is what you're going to wear for the national costume. This is for your evening wear. I mean, do you give suggestion or do you or you just accept whatever Anwar gives you?
I think, of course, when it comes to the fashion element of the outfit, I do generally leave it up to the hands of my national director, Anwar. I really do trust him in his process. But in terms of the overall look, of course, like the hair, the makeup, we talk about it and we sort of discuss as a team regarding the entire overall look. So, even goes down to the accessories and the bags used. So I think, in a sense, I still feel very much a part of the process of really coming up with each look. And when it comes to the fashion, there are times where me and Anwar, he will be like pinning the lace on me, and I will give my sort of opinion or my input on where I think the placement would be best. So we do
Mm.
have that sort of teamwork. Although I'm just a contestant and I'm just a representative of Miss Charm Malaysia, but I think that's the beauty of our organization, is that we're very close knit. Although we are a
Mm-hmm.
small team, we're very open to discussion and just incorporating different ideas.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
it's very helpful. I just like to add that because as a designer, sometimes you are not in the person's shoes to find out whether how she's
mm,
gonna move, how comfortable she is, where is her best aspects, and all that. So by having Shannon pinpointing where to place the lace, how this should be done, is really helpful for me as a designer. And I personally never had that experience, so it's a good eye-opening experience, and it's a learning curve.
okay. Wow. Okay. So, Sir Anwar and Shannon, I have one question that could be answered by both of you. Uh, Malaysia has been placing well now in the different beauty pageants, right? In the mainstream beauty pageants. Is there any pressure that you're feeling as a national director and also you as a candidate of Malaysia, Shannon?
Okay, Shannon first.
Anwar, would you like to? Oh, okay, sure.
Yes.
Um, I would say there is slight pressure because now that our country's name is being put on the map of the pageantry industry, I am a big passionate actual fan of pageantry since I started. So I do watch what the other queens are doing in their respective pageants, and it's great to see the amount of support that we have, especially from different countries. We have our support from especially the ASEAN countries surrounding us, our neighbor countries. So I would say that it's actually very motivational to see this amount of support and this amount of spotlight that my country has recently been receiving. So there's a little bit of pressure, but I would say it's more of a positive reinforcement that I really want to do my best when it comes to going to Vietnam in April.
Yeah, and I think Shannon, that will also give you so much motivation, no, to really do well because your other fellow Malaysian queens are doing well, right? How about you,
Yeah.
Sir Anwar? Is there any pressure at all?
Well, I guess it's a positive pressure, like Shannon said. It's a positive reinforcement. But me coming in as a national director, as a license holder, I've always had that spirit wanting to make Malaysia proud. So I'm not exactly bothered with the placements. It's good that we have all these placements, but I've already deep inside me, I know that I wanted to prove something for the country. So
Yeah.
by having these ladies, perform very well at the pageantry, it's just, it motivates us more. So there's no real pressure because we are from day one, we know what we wanted.
Yeah, and Shannon is really has a very beautiful register on screen. One of the most beautiful faces. Well, I might be biased, but for me, you're one of the most beautiful queens ever.
Oh, thank you, Sir
Thank you.
Dudes.
Yeah, and okay, let's talk about the pandemic. Sorry, because you are a businessman as well, no? Aside from being the
Mm.
national director of Miss Charm Malaysia, how does this pandemic affect your business? Because you are in the entertainment business, you design, you produce fashion shows and all. So how does it affect your business as because of this pandemic?
I mean, the first few months when they announced COVID in March last year, we were all badly hit. I mean, I was depending solely on income from my events, and we couldn't do events, and nobody were, getting clothes or dresses from me. So it was very hard, but we had to be very quick thinking, and I decided to do my face mask, and my face mask became a hit, and we could not keep up with orders. So again, everything is always a blessing in disguise. Always look for the silver lining and think positively. And I managed to do so, although there were struggles, but it's always keeping a positive mind.
Yeah, and I love the face mask. As a matter of fact, I told you, Sir Anwar, keep some face mask for me, no?
The face mask or the model?
Yeah, I want to be the model. Okay,
You
how about
can.
Shannon, our queen? What transpired to you in your life for the past 2 years of being in a pandemic?
I would say it's been a very challenging moment for me. I would say because I was always a freelance model, what they call also talent, where I did a lot of shoots and stuff, but that was of course held back because of the COVID-19 restrictions. So I had to sort of really take a step back and look at my sort of opportunities that I could find for myself with the situation at the time. So I did go to a corporate job, but I recently just left that job because now that things are starting to open up again, I feel like it's in my best interest for my schedule and also, my commitment to Miss Charm that really put my focus into it, especially since the organizer has given a final date. So previously, during 2021, I went back to a corporate job. It was great. I had great colleagues. It was very nice to feel um, a sort of routine again. I think a lot of us during the pandemic really missed the routine of things and just being able to have an excuse to leave the house as well. So I would say that I did really enjoy my time, but now that 2021 is closing to a chapter, I am ready to embrace this new adventure into really preparing for the next 4 months till Miss Charm.
Wow, I'm so excited. Sir Anwar, did you change or are you changing the national costume that you presented before?
Well, as you should know, that national costume was a gimmick because I wanted people to talk about us, and that was an easy, surefire formula that worked. So basically, yes, Pak Yanto from Manohara basically suggested a national costume from an Indonesian designer, and
Mm.
we are hoping to ship the national costume here to Kuala Lumpur because we were supposed to go to Indonesia for the launch and for the reveal with the governor and so on and so forth. But because COVID happened, that couldn't materialize. But we are looking into ways in bringing the national costume to Malaysia. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because Malaysia is also known to have won Best in National Costume, no, in
Yes, we
different
just did.
pageants. So,
Yes, just
oh,
recently. So the
uh,
pressure is
but,
there
uh,
for the
but
national costume.
yeah, okay. So, but Shannon, did you have any specific national costume that you would want to wear, and did you relay it to Sir Anwar, or Sir Anwar offered you a design and then you discuss it?
I think like I said, when it comes to the fashion element of our strategy, I do generally put a lot of trust into Anwar and his ideas. And also he's been very open to collaborating with different designers. So when he first presented me with the national costume design, I was very excited because although I didn't really have a strict criteria of what I would like for a national costume, I think he really did have a great selection of, a representation of our culture. So for me, I think, I really agree with Anwar's vision a lot of the times when it comes to the fashion. And there are times where, if I do have an input, he is more than willing to be open and make alterations, because that's the whole purpose and the point about, um, having this time, right? Is that we have the ability to really just um, fine tune our strategy and our execution for every element of this pageant.
Yeah, amazing. Sir Anwar, I'm interested
Mhm.
about the gown, the evening gown. Are you changing
Ah.
it also?
Okay. Well, basically, me and Shannon, we have come to an agreement on what she likes and would make her feel comfortable on stage. Because I believe when you are competing, comfort is number one thing. Because you have to be comfortable to be the best version of yourself on the stage. So we've discussed this very well. I presented to her a few options, and she has agreed to one. So that will be the preliminary evening gown, which we did the fittings. It looks good. It still needs some little minor adjustments. And the final evening gown, I'm still doing it since we have all the time in the world now. So yes, there are two
Okay.
gowns, maybe possibly three. I don't know.
That's the good thing, no, about having a national director who's a fashion designer.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sir Anwar, you also make one for me, ah.
Okay, I'll make a big terno for you.
Okay. By the way, let's greet Miss Face of Humanity USA is watching right now. Carrie J.
Hello, hello, Miss USA.
Miss USA, hello. Okay. Uh, now, sir, aside from the gown and from the national costume, are you
Okay.
also creating, the swimwear for them, or it's the organizer which will provide that?
If I'm not mistaken, the swimwear and the opening number will be provided by the Vietnamese team.
Okay.
Mm. So other than that, the whole pageant week outfit is strictly curated, because now we
Mm.
are very clear with our advocacy, which is arts, culture, and heritage. So everything that we do must reflect on those three things.
Wow. So it has a Malaysian touch culture,
Yes,
right?
it is
Wow.
very local, but in a global appeal.
Yes,
Mm.
amazing. Sir, when I watched one of your lives with Bob TV, I
Ah.
asked you, right, when I joined you, I asked you what was the reason why you chose Shannon to be the
Mm.
Miss Charm Malaysia, and you said you wanted somebody who could speak Malaysian, the
Yes.
Malaysian language, so that you could penetrate to the entire nation. Well, aside from that, Shannon is one of the most articulate women and queens that we've met. No, when she speaks, it's very clear. She's very spontaneous. Do you think? Was it also a consideration when you chose her?
Of course, definitely, because the first basically the first vehicle, the first vessel when you're talking to someone is communication, is the language. So if you cannot talk, you cannot understand, it's gonna pose a lot of trouble. And at that time, I was honestly thinking, because it was short term. I only met her in November, and she was supposed to leave in December or January, was it? So yeah, I guess I needed somebody who can speak, and hallelujah, she is very articulate, she's fluent, so it made life so much easy. And you have
Yeah.
to understand, sir, because when I do the Miss Charm Malaysia, holding the license, I need to be able to have somebody who has the longevity to stay in the entertainment industry. And Malaysian entertainment industry, 70% speaks Malay. So when she can speak good Malay, I can, make her as an MC, I can make her as an actress, a TVC model, and all those things. And proven now that, she's doing hosting for the second largest bank in Malaysia, the cultural development
Right.
agencies. So, it's good.
Yeah. The good thing about Shannon is that when she speaks English, I mean, the sound is very neutral. I mean, neutral English, no? It doesn't have some accent of native, an accent from a certain province or
It's like
place. So
an
it's,
international accent.
yes,
I mean,
exactly.
honestly, I don't mind any accents. I don't mind, in hearing you speak with a little Tagalog accent. It sounds authentic and charming. As long as
Yeah.
your English is, you're grammatically correct, I'm fine. You don't have to fake an
Wait
accent
till
or,
you see me speak to my mom. Then I go back to the Malaysian English. That's when you see the real accent come out.
Yes,
Of course,
that
when
is
we
nice
speak to
also.
our relatives, it's a whole different story.
Mm.
But Shannon, do you think your facility of the English language would definitely be an advantage for you to conquer the international stage?
Actually, I think a more interesting, sort of stance on that is if I had more knowledge on the Vietnamese language. I'm really trying my best. It's not an easy language to learn. I know the basics. I know how to say hello and thank you, xin chào, come on. But I really hope that I'm able to learn more about the Vietnamese language and the culture as well before I arrive in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City for the competition. I think that's a very important aspect about showing not just the organizer but the people helping to be part of the team, running the show, that you are really there to be accepting of their culture, because Miss Charm is all about culture and arts and development. So I think that would be more important for me than just speaking English. So I really
Yeah.
hope that I get to pick up a little bit more Vietnamese.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Another Miss Face of Humanity from Ghana is watching. Hi, Miss Ghana.
Hello, Face of Humanity from
Yeah.
Ghana.
Yeah, there are so many queens who are watching you, Shannon.
Oh, I really hope that I give a little bit of entertainment and sort of brighten their night on this beautiful
Hmm.
Tuesday night.
Yeah. Sir, it was disconnected, I think.
No
Shannon,
worries.
yeah, okay. Miss Charm family also is in the house. No? Shannon, they're so interested to know about you. Okay.
Yeah, if you have any
Gloria.
more questions to throw at me, I am more than happy to answer any of them.
Yeah. For the information of our viewers, Shannon is actually the very first trainee of Manohara Beauty Camp, and because of her, Manohara became established
I'm
because
back.
of the prestige. Yeah. Sir Anwar, I was telling Shannon that there are so many beauty queens who are watching her right now and commenting very beautifully. Miss Face of Humanity is a different platform, but
Hmm.
they are also supporting Miss Charm Malaysia.
Thank you for the support. Thank you so much for the support.
Okay, and sir, you know what? Shannon actually, when we handled her, she showed so much discipline and so much charm. That's why she is a perfect, queen for Miss Charm, because everybody was charmed with her
Oh.
presence. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves her, and every time, we would like to credit Shannon also for giving prestige to Manohara Beautycom. When she came on board, Manohara started to become, noticeable to a lot of people.
Yes, it
And
was.
thank you, Shannon, for that. And
No,
I,
thank you. Thank you for training me. It was a
Yes,
beautiful experience. I really enjoyed it. It was like our little mini family while I was there
yes. Thank you
training
for
with the
accommodating.
Manahara team.
There's
okay.
some fans from Vietnam. I see. There's Xin Chào Vietnam.
Yes, Xin Chào
Yeah.
Vietnam, Xin
Thank
Chào.
you.
I really want to say that I'm so excited to hopefully meet all of you very soon.
Yes, I
Yeah,
want to go to
okay.
Vietnam also.
Okay, there are also Bob TV is asking, Sir Dutz, what you're proud of Shannon so far? Actually, her totality, the whole being of Shannon, the whole personality, the attitude, the dedication, the commitment, everything about her. Because she is an inspiration to all of us. That while some other queens were actually very reluctant to rehearse and all, here is Shannon who's so focused, and then somehow she inspires all of us, no, to really be, to be really on our toes, especially when we were starting. Shannon also shared some pieces of advice on how to go about the Manohara, and that's
Mm.
why we really love this girl. Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
hope
guess,
I was able to answer you, Bob TV. That Shannon is a total package.
yeah, I mean,
Thank
this is what I've
you.
noticed also from Shannon is it comes naturally from her. It's not forced or fake. So, and then she always has the spirit of empowering others. So I guess
Yeah.
that's a good thing to have, attribute to have in a person.
Yeah, and also, sir, Shannon is a very authentic woman. What you see is what you get. She doesn't pretend to be someone else. She's just being her, and because of that, she becomes powerful. She
Mm.
comes in very powerful to the people around.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you
Try
so
to be
much
fake with
for the
me.
kind words.
Okay, so when you found out, sir and Shannon, that there's a fixed competition now. So what did you plan again on the training, on the preparation, everything? Of course, you become hype again, right? So, what were the game plans? Of course, you cannot reveal all, no, just the basic.
Well, I guess for
I think
Shannon, yeah, go first. Yeah, yeah, you go.
it's been a slow build up to the announcement. We've been a bit more active recently, and I think our momentum is really starting to gain traction. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for the next few months to come.
Mm.
Okay. I do not understand this question. Why Philippine really like beauty pageant competition? Probably it has something to do with the culture. Why in
Most probably.
Malaysia? Yeah,
I
sir.
think it's because Philippines has so many beautiful queens. That is the real reason why.
Yeah, and same with Malaysia, right? I mean, and good looking. Look at Sir Anuar. Oh, he's also handsome on
Oh
screen,
God,
right?
please. You're making me
Okay.
blush.
Sir, I asked this to Shannon before, during
Mm.
one of our trainings, that, what do you think is the reason, and Shannon should also answer this. Now, what do you think is the reason why, in Malaysia, it's not as, the support of the people or the awareness of the people about beauty pageant is not that strong as compared to other neighboring countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines. What do you think is the reason for that? Where in fact, you are I mean, you produce very beautiful and amazing women.
Okay, well, I guess it's the religion factor because Malaysia is largely a Muslim country, and because of that, there is a certain ruling. It's not all over the states, right? It's just one state that doesn't allow beauty queen to come from a Muslim background. So I guess when that ruling is in place, it's a little bit difficult for the people to show physically, vocally their support. I guess people do still like beauty pageants. They still watch it, but they cannot be, physically, visibly showing their support. So I guess that's why.
How about you, Shannon? What's your view on this?
I think it's a little bit to do with um, the amount of support that we have from the industry. sometimes, you know, they only look at a certain brand of a pageant as more exclusive than the other, when in fact, I think all of the contestants that represent Malaysia are more than, you know, um, deserving of the spotlight. Sometimes, you know, because of how certain pageant is internationally, it gets more popularity, so people know more of that brand. But you know, with Miss Charm, our last Miss Charm, which is actually the last winner of the Miss Charm International brand, hails from Malaysia, and she has such a successful career in the industry, you know, the media industry. And I really hope that people start to see that, you know, it doesn't just have to be this particular pageant brand or the other, but actually we should look at the women as a whole. Like, these women are very deserving of, you know, the amount of spotlights that every other pageant contestant gets. So I think sometimes we need to get a little bit more support from the industry.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess also
So,
we play a part also, Sir Dudes here, because at first when I started Miss Charm, I mean even before Shannon came on board, when we approached a few people, you know, they were against supporting pageants in general. They don't want to have anything to do with pageants. So that gave me a little heads up on how to manage this pageant differently. So now, you know, what we've done, we're getting in a support from the government agencies, from the banks, and they're slowly showing the support, and it is opening the eyes of other people out there, saying that okay, pageantry is real, it's a sport, it is something serious, and it's helping a lot of women. So
yeah.
I mean, the journey does not stop there. We still have a lot to do, but it's opening many more doors now.
Okay. Somebody privately messaged me why Sir Anuar and Shannon are very fluent in English. Could you please answer that? I think they came from the same school,
We
right?
practice.
Uh,
No, I'm just
I think
I don't
they
know, Shane, want to
you
share?
mentioned Sir Anwar, you
Hmm?
mentioned before you came from the same school, right?
Yes, we went to the same school. It's called Sri Hartamas. Okay, it's just a government school, but the surrounding area is where a lot of expats are, a lot of the so-called the rich people. So everyone goes to school speaking English. So English was the official language of the school. So I guess that's how we managed to speak very well from a very young age.
Yeah. And how about Shannon? I believe Shannon, you came from a Cambridge school also.
No, actually, we come from the same high school, like Anwar was saying. But of course, my dad being British, I'm half Malaysian, half British. I think, you know, of course, English has always been sort of my first language. It's been a sort of lingua franca in my house between my mom and my dad. My mom's first language is, you know, Hakka, which is a dialect in the Chinese language. So I couldn't exactly communicate with my mom in Chinese, so I only had English to resort to. um, yeah, so you know, I did feel a little bit you know, sometimes a little bit different that English for me just came very much as a first language, because my cousins were always speaking Chinese and I always felt very left out when, you know, they speak Chinese and I can't understand. But over the years I have really gone to be a bit more committed to learning my mother's language, not my mother tongue, but my mother's tongue. And it's been a journey, because with Chinese it's very hard, the pronunciation. But
Yeah.
I speak Malay, which is the national language, so technically speak two languages fluently. But Chinese is something that I'm really trying to pick up as well.
Okay. According to Malaysian pageant design, English is our second language. And from Bob, yes, English is Malaysian's second language. Mostly Malaysians can speak English. I think the point of the one who asked me personally, privately, was that how come they sound differently when they speak? Because, you know, sometimes, because I have some Malaysian co-teachers in the international school where I'm teaching right now. When they speak English, there's a certain tone there's a certain intonation that we could set them apart, that oh, we could identify, oh, they're Malaysian, something like that. But I think the point of the one who asked the question is how come Sir Anwar and Shannen speaks, differently in terms of the accent or the intonation and all like that.
So, I mean, I guess first practice makes perfect. Secondly, I mean, we treat this interview as though you are our friend, our dear friend, but we treat this as professional. It's a professional setting, so that's why we have a standard English that we use. But if we are with friends hanging out at a coffee shop, you would hear us speaking like this. Nothing at all like this.
Okay,
So
that's
just
amazing.
for professional setting, yeah.
And that's a good thing, no? I mean, you could adjust yourself depending on the situation. So
Of
now,
course.
Shannon, uh, Sir Anwar, what what do you think will be Shannon's strength, to clinch the title of Miss Charm for you personally as a national director?
Oh no, what a question to ask. I
This is not
mean,
bragging, but this is in the point of view, in the perspective of you as a national director. What do you think will be Shannon's strength, to clinch the crown?
well, I guess her strength is, being authentic to herself, and she's naturally charming. And it's not something that you can fake or practice to do. So it has to be something from within. So that's a quality that nobody can take away from her, and only she has it.
Sir, you won the crown. I love the answer.
Winning answer.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. That's true. I would like to support that answer, Sir Anwar, because the first time that I met you, the two of you, and the first time I saw Shannon, my gosh, she has this X factor. She has something in her that you would really feel, no, the positive vibration. And
Wow,
something
aura,
available,
aura.
right? Yeah, the aura, you will automatically love her, right? And I loved your answer, no? Naturally charming. You cannot fake it. Yeah, right? I love the answer, sir. Winner. Okay, how about you, Shannon, personally? Personally, Shannon, what do you think will be your strengths to make it in the finals?
I think I quite agree with what Anwar said. I do feel like I naturally gravitate towards people, and I am a very I do try to be as warm and welcoming to everyone that I meet. Because to me, every interaction is so important, and when you look back at those interactions, it's always a memory that we can always go back to. And um I really do appreciate the amount of people that I have met as well so far during this journey. So that's always a constant reminder for me to always be truly authentically myself. So I think that would be my main charming characteristic during the
Weapon.
competition.
Yeah.
And I really hope that I get to make some really good bonds and friendships with the girls as well. I think that's the beauty of pageantry, right? Is the whole sisterhood that people sometimes don't really see behind the scenes. They just see the show, but actually that's, I think, the most empowering thing to me is that I get to meet all of these beautiful individuals, from the contestants to the organizers to my own team as well, and to my team in Manohara. So I hope that I can continuously convey my just passion for being in this industry and being able to represent Miss Charm Malaysia.
Actually, Sir Anwar, when Shannon was here, we were even kidding her like, you could already replace me as a Q&A coach.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, because she's really very amazing, and she answers very substantially. I mean, in terms of the Q&A, I think Shannon, it's the least of your worry.
No, no, no.
The
I think
Q&A.
that's the highest pressure in any segment of the entire competition. Oh, I just want to say hi to one of our makeup artists that we've worked with before. Hi, Shasha.
Hi,
Really miss
Shasha.
you.
Hello.
Mm. Miss
Yeah.
Nakita, which means that we miss you.
Yeah. Okay. Shannon, you have two Instagram accounts, no? Some are confused, no? Which one is really working?
So unfortunately, I lost access to my original account, which is Shannen Totten without the dot, the
The
period
dance.
in the middle. And now I'm using this new Instagram, which is Shannon dot Totten, or Shannon with the period and then Totten. So the reason being is that, I had some complications with my security, and I think someone tried to intercept my account and change the security code. So I don't have access to it currently, but I am still trying my best to contact Instagram and also the Meta, or not, formerly known as Facebook team.
Mm.
um, that I'm really trying to retrieve access to my old account, because I really did work hard on that account. It wasn't like I took the easy route. I really did, over the years, try to build something, a platform, which I have been able to use before. Now my platform that I've restarted is a bit smaller, but I'm still trying to advocate for, a lot of
Mm.
important causes, especially what's happening in Malaysia right now.
Okay. Let's talk about the advocacy. Did you discuss it with Sir Anwar, or when he approached you, you already had an existing advocacy?
I think for me, I try not to specifically choose one advocacy at the time being, because there are so many, you know, instances where we need people to advocate, especially using the platform that we have for Miss Charm Malaysia or my own platform. I have been very open to give my effort wherever I can during the last 2 years, because of COVID-19, and then all the lockdowns, as well as recently Malaysia has been hit with like very intense floods, which also I heard has affected the Philippines as well. Typhoon Odette really affected Cebu, and my heart goes out to all of those in Cebu as well. But I think Malaysia, especially in the Klang Valley, the city center, we were hit with the tail end of that typhoon. So I've really been trying to give my efforts wherever I can during the last 2 years. But our original advocacy is autism awareness. I think we're trying to really resonate with the spirit of Miss Charm's advocacy, which is children and education, and really bringing light into that. So we incorporated our advocacy with the autistic children, to really bring light to their creative skills, as well as give them a platform to really be seen as everyone else.
Okay. Sir Anwar, there's a question from Bob. Why Anwar Faizal choose Manohara?
Okay, it's not exactly me alone that chose it. When we were looking for beauty camps, for Shannon to go for training, we approached a few beauty camps. I mean, we have from Philippines, from the other countries, and when we weigh our options, we felt that Manohara has the best of both worlds, because both Philippines and Indonesia are rising in the pageantry world. So by having Filipino trainers in Indonesia, which has been very, very successful in recent years in producing quality queens. So I thought to myself and discussed with Shannon and Alicia, which is Shannon's mother as well, why not we try Manohara? They are fairly new, and I'm sure they want to prove something to the world, to the universe rather, that they can produce quality queen. And thankfully, Shannon went there, and I personally saw a vast improvement when she arrived. I mean, she was really toned, and the posture really is more confident, and she could speak her mind very clearly, and synthesize arguments well. So it was excellent. So yes, that was why I chose Manohara Beauty Camp.
Okay. Shannon, how about you?
I think me and Anwar, when we were discussing whether we would go to a different beauty camp or this beauty camp, and we decided on Manohara collectively, because we felt like it made the most sense for what we were trying to achieve with our Miss Charm Malaysia plan. Especially, you know, that we had the opportunity to meet you as well as Suryanto beforehand during one of our um, media appearances for a
In
movie
Jakarta,
project
yes.
in
Yeah.
Jakarta. So, you know, I think that meeting really made us feel like it was the right fit, because
Mm.
it just felt as if, you know, it was fate in a way.
Yeah,
And
I mean, we
really
felt comfortable. Yeah.
yes, and I really do believe that it's so important to have a connection with the person that you are you know, training with as well, because that only just makes it much easier for both the trainer and the contestant.
I mean, because
Yeah.
I think both and me and Shannon saw the sincerity you and Pak Yanto had. You know, you really wanted to train her. So I
Yeah.
guess that won us over.
Yeah, actually, when we parted ways, my gosh, I never stopped, prodding Payento. Payento, please convince them to
Thank you.
to train with us, and I never stopped.
Thank you so much. Mm.
That's why I was so happy when you finally decided, no, to join us, and of course. We will never get tired of saying that Shannon somehow somehow managed to give prestige to Manohara as well. And because of Shannon's presence, we were able to, I mean, people trusted us,
That
and,
means a lot for us. Thank you so much. It means so much.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's why Shannon will always, and of course Miss Charm Malaysia will always be part and parcel of Manohara.
Likewise, likewise.
Yeah. Okay. So now, uh, is advocacy very much focused in Miss Charm, or this is something just a part of the whole pageant?
Well, I guess for me, Miss Charm International is still very fairly new. You know, we have not seen how far or how in depth are they with their advocacies. But as Miss Charm Malaysia, we were finding our ways on what we want to really invest our time with, and we finally got to have, when people say like the stars are now aligned, we see that we are good with the arts, culture, and heritage. And Shannon coming from a fine arts background, and me myself as a designer, so we felt that this is something that we could be really doing it, and we have passion for it. So I guess moving on, this will be the advocacy for Miss Charm Malaysia. And on top of that, we have some charity works, of course, with the autism charity, and with the flood recently. We do what we can, what best we can with the situation.
The difference of Miss Charm is that all the representatives from different countries are not neophytes, no, in the beauty pageant arena. You place somewhere somehow in different pageants, no. That's why people are actually viewing Miss Charm as something really to watch out, no, to watch out
Mm.
for, because everybody's so achievers already, queens, no. So I hope this. What will be your plan after Shannon? Will you be holding a competition, or it will follow the same pattern and procedure? Because as the pattern is, all should have been play all should have placed, no, somehow, or had titles in the respective country. So will it be like that, the procedure?
Well, I
I
think, I
think,
mean,
go
you can
ahead.
go first. Go first. Okay, well, for me, I don't think that the other national directors from other countries would want to get an all-star again. Then the Miss Charm pageant would be like a veteran pageant, like a recycle pageant kind of thing. So I guess most of us wouldn't want that. So most probably most of the countries will look for fresh contestants.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay. But for you, Shannon, what do you think?
I think, whichever way that the organizers decide to go with, I think the prestige of the Miss Charm brand will always be in mind. So I think, you know, the choice of the contestants will always be people of that caliber, where they can really sort of live up to that Miss Charm title. So I think, I hope that for me personally, I would love to see a competition being held because I would love to be part of that process, especially as eventually as an alumni of Miss Charm Malaysia. I think, I would still love to be part of the team, part of the brand of Miss Charm Malaysia. So it would be exciting to see a competition for sure. And I think, regardless of whoever they decide to be the finalists, they will maintain and uphold that prestige that Miss Charm is trying to build as a brand.
Very
Okay.
large shoes to fill.
Yeah, exactly. Sir, how many outfits you plan, Shannen, to bring to Vietnam? Because right now, no, it has been a news, no, in different parts that this candidate has like 100 gowns with her or outfits. What is your plan for Shannen?
Okay, I only have one answer for you. For starters, she has 70 kilograms of luggage.
Really?
Yes. So you can do your math.
Okay, so let's just be surprised. Sir,
Yes.
of course you will be going to Vietnam, right?
With one
With
condition,
Shannon.
because right now they have 21 days quarantine. And for
Mm,
Shannon, when she goes, the organizer will pay for her. But if I go, I will have to pay for myself. So if it is
mm,
still 21 days, then I guess I cannot go. But if there's no
mm,
quarantine, then of course, definitely, yeah,
mm.
with a bit of a heart, I'll go there to support.
Yeah, I hope before April, no, things would change, so that the
Yes,
quarantine will be lessened, no. So initially, if that is the case, only Shannon will be going there.
yes. If the 21 days policy still applies.
Yeah, so even if you will just be a mere spectator or audience, you need to be there like 20 days before, right?
Yes, yes. As long as you arrive in Vietnam, you still have to serve your 21 days quarantine,
Oh
and
my
then you go
God.
for the finals, and then after finishing the finals, maybe you can stay a few days and go back to Malaysia another 7 days. So you're
So
away almost like
basically,
two
also
months.
1 month,
Yeah,
1 month
one month
stay.
plus. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Shannon could, whatever happens, no, I know Shannon could manage to carry herself well, whether with the team or alone, right? Because you know in your heart that our support will always be with you, our prayers. Imagine, no, Indonesians are actually supporting Shannon. And all my
Thank you.
Filipino friends actually, whenever I post in my Facebook Shannon's picture, they would message me, she's beautiful. I love her. I mean, things like that. So
Maraming
yeah, many
salamat.
fans. Okay. No, right now. Okay, Shannon, give your message to the world. Okay, you give now I'm giving you now the floor, and also you, Sir Anwar, you prepare. Give your message as Miss Charm Malaysia to the world.
I think, during this time of the holiday season, although many of us are enjoying our times with our loved ones, there are still a lot of us that are struggling, especially, with the current situation in my country. So I just want to give, my thoughts and my prayers to everyone out there, as well as, here's to having a better year next year. 2022 is hopefully that glimmer at the end of the tunnel that we are all hoping for after this last two very struggling, challenging years. Um, and I really hope that this time that we've had during this period since the pandemic, that we really start to focus on what's truly important, which is family, the time that we have, as well as how fragile all of it is, and how also sometimes unimportant it can be. We have to really truly hold what's really close to us and what's the most important. And I really hope that there is uh the light at the end of the tunnel, especially for next year.
Oh,
So here's to
okay.
wishing
Well,
Happy New Year.
so I would like to give this crown. Shannon,
Oh,
remember this crown. The one that
It's
you're
so
wearing
big.
during Okay. So, Sir Anwar, your message to Malaysia and the world.
Wow. Okay. Pertamanya, terima kasih kepada semua yang menyokong Shannen. Tak kira anda berada di Indonesia, di Malaysia, di Philippines, or anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for the support. We are truly humbled by this because we are very, very new, and the support has been tremendous, and we have good comments everywhere. They're supporting us, and basically, keep on supporting. Always give good constructive criticism, and whenever there's a problem, give us a solution and see how we can always improvise. And one happy couple say, world peace.
That's amazing. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity of thanking you, Sir Anwar, because you've been
Thank you, Sir
very
Dudes.
accommodating. Every time I message you, you immediately, respond and you reply. If I ask how Shannon is, I mean, you always provide me updates on her. I mean, because Shannon, I always want to know what's going on with you, and I always ask Sir Anwar about it. And he
Thank you
has
for
been very
asking and checking.
generous and he has been very generous of providing me, what's going on with you, your activities, etc. So with that fact alone, I feel, relieved knowing that you're okay, that you're fine, because, I will always emphasize this, you're our baby.
No,
You're our
thank you.
kid.
Mahal
So,
kita.
yes, we love you, Shannon. We're rooting for you. We hope we're always praying for your, victory in Miss Charm, and also you, Sir Anwar. You will always have our support. Mabuhay, Malaysia.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you
Terima
so
kasih,
much.
Sir
Thank
Dudes.
you.
Mm.
Okay, thank you so much. And by the way, before we end,
Uh,
one of the popular salons here in Indonesia, Ana Wijaya Salon, which has so many outlets in Grand Indonesia, in Senayan City, etc., is supporting Miss Charm Malaysia. They said that if you will be in Indonesia, just let us know, and they will give free service to you.
Oh,
To both
that's
of
so
you.
sweet. Thank you so much. I hope that
Thank you
And
one
for the
day I get to
support.
visit again.
yeah, it's a very, it's one of the classy salons here. And then I happened to talk to her, and she said that please tell, including the national director, including Sir Anwar,
As
and
long as
you
you
should,
get to come with us too, Sir Dudes, you should get a
yeah,
hair
yeah,
spa
and they
day
will
too.
they will give you they will give you complete service, and
Can
every
we take
time
another
you'll be there.
question? Sir Dudes, there's one question. It's quite interesting. The online
Yes, yes,
bullying.
sir.
Okay, just
Yeah,
just scroll up. That's a good question.
yeah. Wait. Yeah, where is
Mm.
that?
From I'm not sure. Okay, Shannon, what would you do in respect to stop online bullying?
Okay,
Oh, I
good.
feel like it's SPM now. um, I I honestly do not feel like it is something that anyone deserves is to be, a victim of online bullying. I honestly, I think a lot of us have been on the side of, the negative side of online bullying. So to me, I've never agreed on it. I've never felt like it's something that needs to be done. I'm a firm believer that, we need to not just, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it, but more about like reassess why we feel that way about that person. Is it because of something that we're not accepting of ourselves? A lot of the time, online, not just online bullying, but any bullying is a self reflection of that person's sort of troubles and the difficulties they face in their own lives. So I think, we need a bit more acceptance of that fact that um, when it comes to that, we need to be a bit more open and communicate and be there for those who do feel these things. Like, it's not just the victim side, but also the person on the other side who is doing the bullying. Like, they must be going through something as well. So I think we just all need to be there and unite for each other and just really show support in that sense, because I feel like with acceptance there will be a decline in bullying.
And the winner is Miss Charm Malaysia. Okay. So, sir, any last message?
I mean, that's all. I mean, always support us, support Miss Charm Malaysia, support Shannen, support. Well, I'm just talking on behalf of the pageantry industry. Support your country, support your girl. Always give positive support. Do not bash other people. Do not condemn. Do not criticize. Do not complain. It's just give positive support. That's all.
Wonderful. Shannon, last message.
Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned into this live session with me, Sir Dudes, as well as my national director, Anuar. It's amazing to see the amount of messages that we've been getting and the amount of support that our team continuously gets from all of you guys. And I want to say I love you and Happy New Year.
Okay. And there's so much love from Indonesia there, that I could
Yes.
see.
Again, maligayang Pasko.
Oh my God, Pasko, Merry Christmas. And again, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so excited because you know what, sir? I've been interviewing so many girls all over the world, right? But then, I feel so sad that I haven't interviewed Shannon.
Oh,
Well, you're going places, sir. Very far you are now.
last but not least.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited that it's the perfect date and time because it's Christmas and to close my interview series for December for 2021.
Wow. We are so touched. Mm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm so. This is very very memorable because I'll be starting again in January, interviewing different girls from all over the world. But then I close it with the woman who's very close to my heart, and to the national director who's also close to my heart. Thank you so much, Sir Anuar Faizal, the
Maraming
national
salamat.
director of Miss Charm Malaysia, and a big round of applause, hugs, virtual hugs to Miss Charm Malaysia, Shannen Totten. Love
Thank you.
you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much, Sir Dudes.
much.
Goodbye.
Bye.